Ever pondered about the plausibility of non-carbon-based life forms? It's a tantalizing question, isn't it? We're so accustomed to thinking about life as we know it, bound by the carbon-based confines of our earthly existence. But what if, somewhere out there in the vast expanse of the universe, life has found a way to exist beyond carbon? Could there be entities unlike anything we've ever imagined? Let's peel back the layers of normalcy and dive with us into the fascinating world of life beyond carbon. So, why is carbon the life-giving element on our planet? Well, to understand this, we first need to dive a little deeper into the concept of carbon-based life forms. You see, all known life on Earth is carbon-based, which essentially means that carbon atoms form the backbone of biological molecules, including proteins, DNA, RNA, and fats. But why carbon, you ask? Let's delve into that. Carbon, my dear friends, is rather like the social butterfly of the periodic table. It loves to form bonds, and not just any bonds, but stable and strong bonds, with a multitude of other elements. This bonding capacity stems from its 4 valence electrons, which allow it to form covalent bonds with other elements in a variety of ways, creating an array of complex structures. Its ability to form long chains and rings of atoms is a fundamental reason why there is such a thing as life on Earth. These carbon-based molecules are able to build the intricate and complex structures that are necessary for life to exist, from the delicate double helix of DNA to the robust and resilient cell walls of plants. Moreover, carbon is abundant. It's the 4th most common element in the universe. And it's also plentiful on Earth, both in the atmosphere and in the ground. This abundance makes it readily available to contribute to life as we know it. Its versatility and abundance have made carbon the star player in the game of life on our planet. It's involved in virtually every biological process that takes place. It's in the air we breathe out, the food we eat, and every cell in our bodies. But, as intriguing as carbon's role is, it's worth speculating on other possibilities. The universe is a vast and varied place, after all. Could life exist in other, perhaps stranger forms, not tied to the carbon that we hold so dear? But what if life could exist beyond this carbon framework? Let's continue our exploration in the next scene. Imagine a universe where silicon, not carbon, is the building block of life. To ponder the existence of life beyond the constraints of carbon, we must first look to silicon, carbon's neighbor on the periodic table. Silicon shares many characteristics with carbon, making it a prime candidate for harboring life. Both elements have 4 electrons available for forming bonds, which is a key requirement for creating complex, life-sustaining molecules. Consider this: our Earth is abundant in silicon. It's the 2nd most abundant element in the Earth's crust, surpassed only by oxygen. Silicon is also found in stardust, providing a link between our world and the cosmos. So, why couldn't life in some form be based on silicon? However, while silicon has potential, it also has its limitations. Silicon-based life, as we can currently envision it, would face some significant challenges. For one, silicon atoms are larger than carbon atoms. This size difference makes it more difficult for silicon to form double or triple bonds, limiting the complexity of the molecules it can create. Furthermore, silicon's chemistry is less versatile than carbon's. Silicon-silicon bonds are weaker and less stable than carbon-carbon bonds. This means that silicon-based molecules would be less robust, which might limit the variety and complexity of life forms that could evolve. Moreover, silicon's preferred partner isn't hydrogen like carbon, but oxygen. When silicon and oxygen come together, they form silicon dioxide, or silica, a solid substance at Earth-like temperatures. This would make it hard for silicon-based life to exist in conditions similar to those on Earth. But let's not forget that these limitations are based on our understanding of life as we know it. Who's to say that life forms in other parts of the universe don't operate under completely different rules in environments that would be hostile to carbon-based life? Silicon-based life might seem far-fetched, but it's not the only possibility. After all, in a universe as expansive and diverse as ours, it would be rather presumptuous to assume that life, in all its potential forms, must adhere strictly to the carbon blueprint we're familiar with. What if life's elixir wasn't water but ammonia? A question that might seem outlandish at first, but one that could unravel the mysteries of the universe and challenge our understanding of life itself. Before we dive into the possibilities, let's take a moment to understand what ammonia is. In its simplest form, ammonia is a compound of nitrogen and hydrogen. It's a colorless gas with a characteristic pungent smell. But what makes it a candidate for a life-sustaining solvent? Firstly, like water, ammonia is a polar molecule, which means it has a positive and a negative end. This polarity allows it to dissolve a wide range of substances, a crucial property for any solvent hoping to support life. Secondly, ammonia can exist in liquid form across a wide range of temperatures, providing a stable environment for potential life forms to evolve. But why isn't Earth teeming with ammonia-based life? Well, the conditions on our blue planet are just not suitable. Ammonia boils at -33 degrees Celsius, which is way colder than even the chilliest winter's day on Earth. This means that any ammonia-based life would need to exist in extremely cold conditions, far beyond anything we see on our planet. So if ammonia-based life is theoretically possible, why haven't we found it yet? The answer might lie in our own biocentric biases. Our search for extraterrestrial life has largely been centered around finding conditions similar to those on Earth, essentially looking for a second Earth. However, the universe is vast and varied, and it doesn't necessarily play by our rules. Sure, ammonia-based life forms would have to overcome a lot of challenges. They would need to exist in extreme cold, and their biochemistry might be wildly different from ours. But who's to say that's not possible? After all, life on Earth has proven to be incredibly resilient and adaptable. Why couldn't life elsewhere in the universe be the same? Ammonia-based life forms challenge our Earth-centric view of life, but the universe is full of surprises. And perhaps one day we'll uncover these surprises, expanding our understanding of what life can truly be. Life, as it turns out, has a knack for surviving in extreme conditions. Let's take a moment to marvel at the tenacity and adaptability of life on our own planet, Earth. It's easy to assume that life requires a Goldilocks or just right set of conditions. A comfortable temperature, adequate water, a certain level of oxygen, right? Well, not necessarily. Meet the extremophiles, a hardy bunch of organisms that laugh in the face of such assumptions. These life forms thrive in conditions that would be lethal to most other organisms. From the scorching heat of deep-sea hydrothermal vents to the freezing cold of Antarctica's dry valleys, from the crushing pressure of the ocean depths to the ionizing radiation of Chernobyl's reactor core, extremophiles call the most inhospitable corners of Earth their home. What makes them particularly fascinating is their ability to challenge our understanding of life's necessities. For instance, certain bacteria known as anaerobes can survive without oxygen. Some microbes, called acidophiles, thrive in highly acidic environments. There are even organisms known as radiotolerant extremophiles that can withstand high levels of radiation. This adaptability of life on Earth broadens our perspective when we consider the possibility of extraterrestrial life. It raises the question, could there be non-carbon-based life forms enduring or even flourishing in extreme conditions elsewhere in the universe? Consider the frigid plains of Mars, the high-pressure depths of Jupiter's atmosphere, or the methane lakes of Titan. Could these harsh environments harbour life forms, not as we know them, but as extremophiles of a different sort? The existence of extremophiles on Earth serves as a testament to life's resilience and adaptability. It's a reminder that life, in its diverse forms, doesn't always play by the rules we set for it. It's an affirmation that the universe may hold surprises beyond our wildest imaginations. If life can thrive in the harshest conditions on Earth, who's to say it can't exist in a different form elsewhere? The universe, vast and mysterious, might be teeming with a biological diversity we can barely comprehend. As we've journeyed through this exploration, we've come to recognize the dominance of carbon-based life forms right here on our home planet, Earth. Carbon, with its ability to form complex and versatile structures, is indeed a fundamental building block of life as we know it. Yet, the universe is a grand stage of endless possibilities. The prospect of silicon-based life forms, with silicon sharing similar chemical properties to carbon, has opened up a new direction in our quest for extraterrestrial life. Imagine beings structured on a framework of silicon, thriving in conditions that would be hostile to carbon-based organisms. Moreover, the potential for ammonia-based life forms adds another layer of complexity to our understanding of life's diversity. Life forms that utilize ammonia instead of water could exist in extremely cold environments, a stark contrast to our temperate Earth. Life on Earth thrives in a wide range of environments, from the deepest oceans to the highest mountains. If such diversity exists on our small planet, imagine the plethora of life forms that could exist across the vast expanse of the universe. It's a humbling thought, isn't it? Life, it appears, might be more versatile and adaptable than we ever imagined.